All right, guys. Now we will see what is the navigation service in Lightning Web Component. Okay. Have you ever used navigation services in Lightning Web Component? New folks?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's an easy topic to be very frank. Navigation services is basically when we navigate to another page or another URL or another LWC component. There are different types of navigation services available. We can navigate to home page, we can navigate to create a new record, navigate to files, but the structure remains same for everything. Okay. So let us just first cover some of the theory. Navigation services in LWC. They do ask few questions from this topic, but because this is an easy topic, uh, you will not get much time to be very frank to explain this or something. They'll not go very much in detail. Okay. So what you need to do in order to use it is that first you need to import the navigation mixing method. Okay. From the This is a JavaScript file. Okay. Import the navigation mixing JavaScript file from the lightning/navigation module. Okay. This will be your first step. Then you will have to apply navigation mixing function to component base class. Okay. What it does is it adds to API to components class. Okay. So when you add navigation mixing to the components base class is nothing but the lightning element class. You just add navigation mixing function to this base class, and because of that, you will be able to use these two APIs, navigation mixing dot navigate and navigation mixing dot generate URL. These two APIs you get by using this function. Okay, so definition of these is written in the navigation mixing function. Okay, now if you see the sample code, we imported the navigation mixing and we added it in the base class. And then what we are doing here is this is a method. Inside that, we are calling it. So this is actually the code to navigate to something. Here we are navigating to a standard object page. So first we'll have to provide the type, what type it is. So we are going to a standard object page, and then there is an attribute property. In the attribute property, we'll have to tell, okay, which object and which action. Okay, so in the standard object page, we want to go to the case objects standard object page, and we want to go to create a new case. So this is the action we want to navigate to. Okay, so if you click on it, it will open this page so that you can create a case directly. Similar to this, if let's say you want to go to another Lightning Web Component, that can also be done. Or if you want to go to the external URL, that can also be done. If you want to go to the custom tab, then in that case, you just need to tell the attribute and which custom tab you want to go to. And this type will keep on changing depending on where you want to go. So in this case, it was a standard web page. So the type was a standard web page. In this case, you are going to a custom tab. So it will be standard navigation item page. If you want to go to the list view, then the type will be standard object page. So this type will keep on changing, and based on type, your attributes will keep on changing, but the structure will remain same. The structure is going to remain same. Okay. So Uh, 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 let us let us try to first write a Lightning Web Component and see if it is working or not based on what this page is saying, like importing this and exporting this and all these things. Okay. One thing which I wanted to tell you here is not mentioned in this page, maybe somewhere else. Yeah. So what happens is, use the navigation service lightning slash navigation to navigate to many different pages, page types like record, list, view, object, etc. Instead of a URL, the navigation service uses a page reference. A page reference is a JavaScript object that describes the page type, its attribute, and the state of the page. Using a page reference insulates your component from future changes to URL format. It allows your component to use the multiple applications each time we use the different format. Okay. So if you see here, it is saying to dispatch the navigation request, call the navigation services, navigation mixing, and then it gives a page reference. So this is nothing but a page reference you get here. Okay, this is nothing but the page reference that I want you to understand first. Okay, and the page type and attribute are required parameter. State is an optional parameter, you know that. So sometimes they ask what are the required parameter, what are the optional parameter here. Okay, so type and attribute obviously are the required parameter. You'll have to provide value to it. State is an optional parameter. So if you do not provide value, that is also fine. Okay. Now, this navigation mixing adds two APIs. That's what we saw in the first link. Since these APIs are method on the class, they must be invoked with this reference. So that is what we are doing here. We are providing a page reference. A component calls this navigation mixing to navigate to another page in the application. And this is the generate URL. We have not used generate URL yet. So this is the basic theory. I want you to go through this once. I will do the practical on this, and then we will see if it is working or not. Okay. So let's close all these things. Let's create a Lightning Web Component. Let's call it nav demo. Okay, I want this to be on the record page. Okay. Let's open the JS file as well. Let's create a lightning card. Let's just start the navigation demo. Okay, let's create a button. Okay, and let's give it a label. Navigate to home page. And on click, I will write a handler. Nav to home handler. Okay, let's write down the property or code for nav to handler. Event, save it. Now, in order to use the navigation services, the first step was to import the navigation mixing. Okay, so we will import navigation mixing from lightning slash navigation. Okay, this was the first step. Okay, we did that. The second step was to add the navigation mixing in the base lightning element class. Okay, so we will do that. Okay. Now this button will be called, then this handler will be called, and inside the handler we will have to write code for our navigation mixing. So how it was done, I will try to do it, and we might very well make mistakes, so we will correct it later. Okay. Navigation mixing dot navigate. That was the API, right? So we will do that. And inside that there was couple of properties. Okay. First was the type. Okay. So type is whatever value we will write later. Second one was attribute. And in the attribute we have, because we are just going to standard home page, that will be just a page name, which is home. Okay, and type, let us check. A standard home page or name page. Let's check that. Navigate to home page in LWC. Standard object page. Okay. Standard default page. Okay, no worries. We will check that. If in case we are wrong, that is something we will check later. Okay. Now let us try to see this on the UI. Let us edit page. Let us remove this component. Let us try to add navigation component. Let us save it. Okay, so if I click on this, we must have done something wrong. Okay, I will check that. Type is fine, and the page is equals to, okay, this is not attribute, this is attributes. Page name is fine. Navigation mixing dot navigate, that is fine. That is fine, that is fine. We have imported navigation mixing from lightning slash navigation. Okay, let's see again. Let's click on edit page. Save this. refreshed is okay. I'll check it why it is not working. Okay, guys. Um, could be type is wrong. That is the only thing I see. But we'll check that. Okay.
There is also another attribute written in the document.
Yeah, but we are just going to the home page, so I don't think there is anything called object or anything. Like otherwise, we'll have to pass the object name as well. But in this case, I just want to go back to the home page. Nothing navigation mixing dot navigate is fine. Type is fine. Standard name page is fine. Attributes is fine. Page name. Okay, could be anything, right? It's not a. We will check that. I'll have to see that. Don't worry. Okay. Chalo, I'll see.
Can you copy paste the code here that we'll see what is this?
Sorry.
Can you copy paste that code here?
Yeah,
We can
sure.
see what is this.
Sure. Just copy this. You must have either could be a spelling mistake somewhere or could be a missing thing somewhere. On the chat, I'm pasting. We can figure it out later.
They are not imported the navigation mixing. Imported? Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, we are importing that. Importing the navigation mixing, extending the navigation mixing, extending it on the lightning element. Now,
Dot navigate, should it be capital N? Does it matter?
dot navigate. Oh, yeah, this is a capital N. This is a capital N, not a smaller N. This is an API name which has to follow the naming. This has to be capital N. Yep, I think this should be fine now.
Also, it is not an event. We don't have to pass event, I believe.
It is happening on this event button click, right? Nav to home.
We are calling, and I mean, we are passing the event inside.
Yeah, we are passing the event inside because nav to home handler is an event on this button click, right? But obviously we do not need any event from here. So it is optional if you want to, you want to. Even if you want to leave it blank, that is fine. But if it is happening on an event, so it takes an input as an event. If it is on us, if you want to use that, we do not have anything to use here actually. But actually nav to home handler is an event. On event occurrence, this method is getting called, right? So that is not a problem at all. But yes, that navigation dot navigate should n should definitely be capital. Let's go back. Should work now. Yep. We are able to come to the home page. So it is working now. Now what I want from you guys is, this is just one very simple example, but navigation mixing has so many things. Like We can navigate to file, we can navigate to tab, we can navigate to a VF page, we can navigate to or a component, we can navigate to a new record page. I want you guys to try everything on your own. Okay? All right, guys. Will you do that?
Yes, Mohit.
Perfect.
Yes,
So
sir.